An amazing stock that you probably have never heard of is Fitlife Brands, and this is a great small cap stock for the very long term. At least that's my belief. Fitlife Brands isn't even available through my current broker. It's really a very small company. The small cap company has a value of around 150 million. What does this do? This company sells all kinds of products for losing weight, building muscles, fitness products, and of course supplements. You might think this is not interesting at all. It's a commodity. That's right. But the investment thesis isn't about what they sell exactly, but how they do it. This company has been taken over by an interesting CEO with a high level of insider ownership. But the reason it attracts me is the fact that they do a lot of acquisitions, strategic acquisitions. They have a number of acquired brands, Dr. Tobias with a reasonably good position in Amazon, but also Fossil Farm, for example. And here they have shown the team that they were able to make the acquisition in a way that, for instance, Muscle Farm was in a lot of trouble. And the strong management team has turned it around with now a lot of success and profitability. We also see the new CEO who was hired in 2018, and since then, there's been a significant increase in revenue as well as adjusted EBITDA. And step by step, more and more strategic acquisitions are coming in. The latest software acquisition was particularly significant and they handled it very well. I've been following the company for quite a while. Now, if you want to follow more of these under the market, under the radar opportunities, I would say, of course, follow our channel, Happy Investors and Business Investors International. A lot of people don't subscribe, but I would appreciate it if you do. Why? If you ever enjoy our videos and they help you, like for example Fitlife Brands, and it brings you a lot of returns in the future, then it's a small effort to just subscribe. Why? Convenient. Our channel is growing, which allows us to generate more income through YouTube, create more higher quality videos, and also do more research into topics, so everyone wins, especially you. My current position is only 1%. Why? Yes, it's risky, speculative, a small company, but especially the market value is only 150 million, and 1%, 1,000 euros in this case, in 150 million market cap, that can easily go up tenfold. Then you have 1.5 billion, and it can also easily go up 100 times. Then you have 15 billion. But before it achieves that, yeah, that's still a long journey ahead. But they are on the right track, and investing when they are very small obviously offers much more upside potential. That's why I find Fitlife Brands so interesting. Not so much because it's a super amazing management team, although I do have a very good opinion of the CEO, but especially just the timing. It's still a really small company. Almost nobody knows it. Really under the radar. Now, Morningstar, I wonder if they really researched it. That's probably not the case. The fair value estimate is 26 according to them. The current price is 32. You can find the stock from scraps in the database. The current price earnings ratio has gone up a bit, but mainly focuses on growth. So based on historical valuation, it seems to be slightly overvalued. A purely simple forecasting methodology with the earnings per share growth projections around 20%, which I think is realistic due to the recent good acquisitions, but also just the superb management execution, even with the current price earnings ratio, which isn't super high, and let's say it stays at 17. Could this stock achieve an average return of 20% over the coming years? Now take a good look at the Attentive Investors presentation. You'll also find all sorts of figures in there. And here you can also see the annualized returns up to December 2010. And you can also see the results in terms of growth. Very interesting. Really, really one of the more interesting growth companies. And actually what I'm waiting for in the short term is a possible drop. And then I would buy more. But not too much, because you don't need to invest too much either. If it doesn't work out at all for this company, don't forget it's a commodity product. Fitness supplements aren't exactly revolutionary or unique. So it's really a commodity business and maybe a bit of branding, but risk remains a factor. So the strategy can always fail, of course. Well, the current valuation isn't superior, just neutral. The failure ratio seems very low. But only for this kind of company with a very small market cap. In this case, 150 million, yes. That's in the database, and I trust this database, but you really need to do your own research because the numbers might not be entirely accurate. Now, the EBITDA growth for this year was around 50%, and it can still grow strongly in the coming years. We've also seen what the EPS forecast was. What's also interesting is that the current EBITDA margin is already relatively high, which is definitely intriguing because it's a commodity business. Well, this is what you want to look at. Of course, Fitlife Brands, why do I find it super interesting? It's a serial acquirer company, and you can also see that the return on equity is very high, and the return on total capital is already high. And not only that, but the 5-year averages are also high. So this is very promising if you ask me. Zex rank gives a sell. No idea, but just ignore it. And when it comes to a bit of technical analysis, it's really the very last factor you want to consider if you're a long-term investor. But don't forget, it's a game, technical analysis, and there are many players who do play it, and in the short term, it impacts the price. As a long-term investor, you can only benefit from that. What do we see below with the MACD and the stochastics? They are slowly decreasing. The price is also stabilizing. So it could mean two things. So the price will move a bit horizontally for a longer period, or maybe we're lucky and the price will drop in the short term. It would be really nice if it drops by about 30% to the level of early 2024. Then in 2025 we have a great stock to buy. But time will tell. I think the company can really rise significantly in the long term. Time will tell, as I already said. For more interesting growth stocks and opportunities like this, sign up for Happy Investors, check out our website, take a look at Happy Growth Stocks or our other services. For just 30 cents a day, you already have access to interesting growth stocks and also international business investors if you prefer English or are simply English speaking. Then check out our growth stock analysis or other products.